With the Recruit Season 2 set to be released on January 30th, 2025, there are a few things from the show's first season that audiences need to be aware of. Starring Noah Centineo, The Recruit follows Owen Hendricks, a CIA lawyer who becomes involved in a conspiracy. While there are plenty of action thrillers on Netflix, The Recruit Season 1 was unique enough to stand out. The Recruit Season 1's final episode ended on a cliffhanger that will have to be solved in Season 2. Given the solid reception of the first season, The Recruit Season 2 has a lot to live up to. Season 1 was filled with action, plot twists, and big reveals that need to be revisited ahead of The Recruit Season 2's release. 10. Owen Hendricks was hired as a CIA lawyer, but things got complicated. Noah Centineo smiling in The Recruit Season 1, Episode 1. After graduating from college, Owen Hendricks decided to take a job as a CIA lawyer. On his second day working as a lawyer for the espionage organization, Owen's boss asks him to stop a senator from reading classified CIA information in a public hearing. Desperate to keep his job, he manages to stop the senator, but his job becomes more complicated when he gets involved in a new case. A few days into his job, his colleagues, Violet and Lester, hand him files filled with letters from crazies who are threatening to expose classified CIA information. While going through the grey mail, he comes across a letter from Max Maladz, a woman who is serving a sentence for murder in Phoenix, Arizona. Unlike the other letters from the crazies, Max's contains information that a normal civilian shouldn't be privy to. Upon further investigation, Owen decided to take Max's letter seriously and told his boss about what he had learned. 9. Owen got caught in a major conspiracy after he helped Max. Owen swimming in The Recruit Season 2. What started as a way to figure out if the grey mail that Max sent was a legitimate threat ended up becoming much more for Owen. After helping Max get released from jail, Owen got involved in a conspiracy that revealed how the CIA treats its assets that knew way too much. Max reached out to the agency for them to get her out of jail and take care of her, but she had to provide information that would make them take her seriously, thus revealing how deep her knowledge was. After she gets asked to become an asset again, Max deduces that she is being sent out of the US so that she could be killed somewhere that won't raise suspicion. She once again enlists Owen's help, since he is the only one she trusts, to help keep her alive. While they succeed in keeping her safe, she ultimately gets shot by someone she didn't expect. 8. Owen and Hannah had a history. Hannah in Netflix's The Recruit Season 1. While they were in college, Owen and Hannah were in a romantic relationship. But when Hannah noticed Owen's need to self-destruct, she broke up with him and the two became roommates. Although Owen was seeing Amelia and had a complicated relationship with Max, it was clear that he still had feelings for Hannah, who was seeing Jeff, a White House employee. Despite Hannah knowing that Owen isn't exactly good for her, she can't help but come to his aid whenever he needs her. When Hannah discovered that Owen was in some sort of trouble, she and Terrence followed him to Geneva, where they saw him and Max escape after Xander Goey was murdered. Hannah is a huge part of Owen's life since she and Terrence are the only family he has. Given their complicated history and Owen's impulsivity, it remains to be seen if Hannah will be willing to take him back in The Recruit Season 2. 7. Dawn was stealing money from the CIA. Dawn in The Recruit Season 1. Owen meets Dawn Gilbane when he travels to Yemen to find out more information about Maximum. When he gets to the base, he meets Dawn, who proceeds to torture him since he arrived in Yemen without getting proper clearance that would have alerted the VIA agents that he would be going there. Dawn and Owen come to an agreement, but they trust each other, so when she goes back to the US, she attempts to bug his office but is stopped by Amelia, who walks in on her. Although Owen didn't trust Dawn, he wasn't aware that she wanted to be close to him because she wanted to find out what Max would tell him about her. Dawn had been in charge of recruiting assets who could spy on and give the information to the CIA. However, she was actually stealing the money that was supposed to be used for that task. Max did eventually tell Owen what Dawn was up to, and what he will do with that information remains to be seen in the upcoming season. The chief of staff was Max's handler. Owen, Noah Centineo, and Max, Laura Haddock, in The Recruit in front of a window. When Owen began investigating Max's case, he was desperate to find out who her handler was, but that information wasn't easy to come by. After hitting several dead ends, he forces Max to tell him the truth. During a heart-to-heart conversation, Max revealed that her handler went by the name Not Bob. According to Janus, Not Bob was a CIA legend who retired and became the chief of staff for the President of the United States. Given the nature of Not Bob's job, he didn't want anyone to find out his true identity. When he and Owen's boss, Nyland, meet, he makes it clear that he does not want his name or what he did during his time at the CIA to be public knowledge. Since Owen now knows who Not Bob is, his job at the CIA could be made that much harder as he now knows something that he shouldn't. 5. Max was reinstated as a CIA asset. Owen, Noah Centineo, and Max, Laura Haddock, in a church in The Recruit. Before Max was arrested for murder, she used to be a CIA asset in Belarus and Russia due to her close relationship with the mob. When her mission in Belarus went awry, Max was sent to the US where she was under house arrest as she waited for the all-clear message that meant it was safe for her to go back home. After Owen succeeds in freeing her from jail, Max doesn't go back home in the capacity that she wants. Instead, Dawn suggests that she should be reinstated as a CIA asset. Because of what happened when she was last in Belarus, getting back into the mob's good books was a challenge. Max needed a lot of money to get back in, which Owen procured by selling her safe house business. When she is unable to get the $3 million that could pay for her safe passage into Russia, the former CIA asset decides to use the information she had on Xander Goey to earn their trust again. However, her plan doesn't work as Xander is killed and she and Owen flee to Germany. Marta was Max's daughter, Carolina, now called Nitschka. Nitschka in The Recruit Season 2-2. When Owen and Max arrive in Geneva, he is approached by a young woman who calls herself Marta. Marta flirts with Owen, but he turns down her advances. He is able to quickly deduce that Marta might not be who she says she is, but her deceit goes further than he could have guessed. It turns out Marta is Carolina, Max's daughter. According to Max, her daughter had died when she was just a child, and had spent years grieving for her. Unbeknownst to Max, Carolina had grown up and become a Russian spy. She changed her name from Carolina to Nitschka when she decided to join the intelligence organization. Her exact role in the Russian espionage organization wasn't explained in the Netflix